You're welcome. Ms. Mucarsel Powell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Whitaker, I want to go back to your time when you worked for the Foundation for Accountability and Civil Trust. I worked for many, many years for various 501c3s. So it's very interesting to me when I look at the board. Is this a private or a public foundation? Fact. Was that the 501c3? Is it a private or a public?
I don't know.
There are two separate types.
Congresswoman, I don't have the 990 filings or
But you
any
worked
of those
there from
documents.
2014 to 2017.
I was.
And
there.
you were the executive director for the foundation.
Yes, I was.
But you don't know if it's a private or a public.
I haven't worked for FACT in 16 months, and I in my preparation for this oversight
thank you,
hearing,
Mr. Whitaker.
I didn't review the filings, so I don't know which box we
Thank you,
checked.
Mr. Whitaker. Thank you. Were there only 3 board members in this 501c3?
I believe there were 3 board members.
William Gustav, Neil Corkery, Matthew Whitaker, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So it's also my understanding that you filed numerous FEC complaints while working there?
All of our complaints were posted online. And,
Were they FEC complaints, Mr. Whitaker? You filed FEC complaints.
We filed many different types of complaints.
Did you file
we were very
FEC complaints?
similar to
it's
Peru.
very, you worked as the executive director of this 501c3.
Yeah.
Did you file FEC complaints? Very easy.
Yes,
okay,
we
thank
filed
you.
FEC complaints in addition to others.
And who made the decision to file these complaints?
I was the executive director. I believe I signed all, if not all, of those.
Did you make the sole decision to file these complaints, or were
Yes.
you directed?
No,
by
I was not directed. I was
You
the
did that on your
executive
own?
Yes, we were an independent, nonpartisan
501c3, nonpartisan.
ethics watchdog.
It's
Yes.
a nonpartisan. Did you file any FEC complaints against any Republicans?
As I sit here today, I don't recall, but I mean, all of our
Okay,
complaints are posted
thank
online.
you. Thank you, Mr. Whitaker. I would like to ask for unanimous consent to make part of the record the restriction of political campaign intervention by Section 501c3 tax-exempt organizations, and it reads, under the Internal Revenue Code, all Section 501c3 organizations are absolutely prohibited from directly or indirectly participating in or intervening in any political campaign on behalf of or in opposition to any candidate or for elective public office.
Without objection.
Thank you. I have some other questions here, if you give me some time. All this time I'm waiting and I can't find the questions. No. Thank you. This pertains to also an issue that's very close and dear to my heart, LGBTQ issues. In October 2017, the Department of Justice withdrew a 2014 memo, which stated that the best reading of the Title VII's prohibition on sex discrimination in the workplace encompasses anti-transgender discrimination. The new memo instructs the Department of Justice attorneys to now argue that federal law does not protect transgender workers from discrimination. Are you familiar with both memos?
Yes, I am familiar with those memos that do not extend Title VII to LGBT.
Thank you. And at the time of the reversal, were you serving as the Chief of Staff for Attorney General Sessions, correct?
I served as Chief of Staff from October 4th of 2017 until I was appointed Acting Attorney General in 2018.
So who ordered the reversal of this policy?
I'm certain it was Attorney General Sessions who sets the entire policy for the Department of Justice.
And who drafted the new memo?
I don't have, as I sit here today, I don't have any idea. That would be deliberative work done by, I'm sure, many people at the Department of Justice.
Any outside groups that were involved in the process?
Not that I'm aware of, but again, I wasn't directly.
And do you stand by the department's decision to reverse its position that Title VII protects transgender people from discrimination?
Congresswoman, I think a plain
Please just
reading,
answer the question. Do you stand by the department's decision to reverse its position that Title VII protects transgender people from discrimination?
If Congress wants Title VII to extend to transgender people, you can change the law. We cannot read into something that is not
Okay, so I
in the
take
law.
that, yes, okay. Do you believe that members of the LGBT community should not be protected under federal discrimination laws?
Again, Congresswoman, I personally believe that discrimination
Mr.
of any
Whitaker.
kind shouldn't happen,
Yes
but I will
or
tell
no,
you
please?
that Title
I don't have
VII
much time. Do you believe that members of the LGBT community should not be protected under federal discrimination laws?
the plain
Yes or
reading-
no?
The plain reading
Yes or no?
of Title VII
Yes or no?
does not extend
Okay, thank you.
to transgender, and you uniquely control what is the law. We merely enforce the law.
Do I still have time, Mr. Chairman?
Gentlelady's time is expired.